Welcome to Candid Conversations. I am your co-host, a.k.a. Coach Ken, a.k.a. the professor, a.k.a. the coach, a.k.a. the doctor, alongside my co-host with her new wig on. Yo.
Your kid been calling me Wiggy all evening. So look,
get a props
I am his co-host, Wiggy in the house.
Wiggy. Hey, Wiggy, you look cute though.
I want to say thank you so much to Cheryl Renee for sending me this awesome wig. I guess I have it on right. I am not an expert on wig wearing, but I will be soon. What do y'all think? The color, I'm not used to wearing black. It is a little dark, but I was told that it makes me look younger. What do you guys think?
What if somebody said make you look older?
Well, somebody done already told me I look like your mama, so.
They did say you look like my mama?
I said, well, he called me mama sometimes, so look, I'm all right.
Yeah.
They didn't even have their picture on the thing, gonna talk about how I look.
Say people do that. They ain't got their picture on.
Oh, Jack Donkey.
Like, keyboard cowards.
Keyboard cowards. I wish I thought of that when you said. Okay, so how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, fantastic, and I'm doing even better that I'm sitting here with you.
Oh, wow. Guys, I wish we were doing a show tonight on the lies that men tell to get next to you, because that was one of them. That's something that a dude would say to get next to, oh, I'm doing better. Are you tired? Because you've been running through my mind all day. Ha, 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 wee, wee.
Yeah. We ought to do a show on lines one day.
Yeah,
like
that would be
lines.
cool. Yeah, pickup lines. That would be cool.
And would it pick you up?
No.
See, you was kind of, anyway, I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, because that's not even what the show is about. But first, before we get started, I want to talk about last week. What were your thoughts on last week and what we talked about last week? Should I have your passcode? Or having passcodes? So what were your thoughts on that?
Before I give you that, I want y'all to hit that button. Subscribe to this channel. Not only that, we're getting roughly 4,000 to 5,000 new subscribers every month. Mm-hmm. We are growing. I'm super excited.
Super excited.
About that.
Okay.
About that.
Okay.
I thought it was good. I thought me and you really touched on some things. Whenever I have to think about something, I know it's a good topic.
Okay.
Because when it's not black and white and my mind has to wrestle both sides of it.
Okay.
Like last week, I loved it. But I think we talk about some good stuff.
Yes.
I think we talk about
I was out this weekend at my consolidated class reunion, and it was so many people there that came up to me and said, man, you guys don't know how you've helped me with my relationship or, with my individual self. So we want to say thank you guys for listening, for tuning in, for sharing, for commenting. It really means a lot to us. Yeah.
Yeah, mean a lot. All right, so what we got this week?
Today, we are talking about, what is the topic? I'm looking at the man in the mirror. But before we talk about that, watch this video.
Jesus said that those who are well, they don't need a physician. Yep. In other words, you think you good. Yep. You think you okay. Mm-hmm. Your spouse has been telling you over and over and over again that you're defensive, that they can't say anything to you, that when they say something to you, you feel some kind of way and you somehow, some way put it back on them. You blame them. You make them feel bad for even communicating what they've communicated, and you won't even acknowledge the fact that you have an issue. So that's why you still have that issue, because you won't even acknowledge it, that I have an issue, that I have some places in my life where I feel unsafe, where I feel unprotected, where I feel that, insecure, where I feel my esteem is low. Because especially for men, that's too much like weakness. Low self-esteem, insecure. Oh no, not me. And so when you don't acknowledge that, see, it's strength when you're able to acknowledge it. Listen, I got a problem.
Yes.
Listen, I have a problem, and I don't care, and I need your help.
Okay,
Wow.
Ken. Okay. So what are your thoughts? It was so much packed into that.
Lot packed into that.
I want to just look at one thing, but I want to know what your thoughts are.
I think he said so many profound things in there. The one thing that he said is that I want to touch on is when your partner keeps telling you, I'm telling you something, and you disregard it or deflect or act like I'm not hearing you. And what I realized when he said that, a lot of people always think it's the other person.
Right.
The reason it's the other person is because it is far easier for me to blame you, shift or deflect to you to a situation because it doesn't require as much energy. Whenever I have to look at myself, do some self-reflection, when I have to look at what I'm doing to cause the situation, because at the end of the day, I don't care what happens. There is never just one person at fault.
How do you get a person to, because you know, in the video, the gentleman was talking about really feeling safe and secure enough to promote, I guess, to want to change. Like a lot of times when I'll just say for us, when you come at me with things, or if I come to you, a lot of times it gets defensive because you feel attacked on the other end. So how do you share with somebody that you don't feel safe, or that you are in a bad place, or you know what he was talking about, the insecure? How do you get somebody to change if you can't talk to them, I guess is what I'm saying.
Well, if you can't communicate, first part of any relationship is getting proficient and effective at communicating your point that does three things. Number one, it is not combative, not perceived as combative.
How do you do that though?
I'm about to show you.
Quiet,
Let me get
that's
the three
hard.
things. Let me get you the
Okay,
three
I'm
things
sorry.
first.
I'm sorry.
The second thing is it doesn't come off aggressive.
Aggressive,
Some people
combative,
think
aggressive.
combative and aggressive, but they're the same.
I was going to say, is it not the same?
No, combative is I just disagree with you. Whatever you say.
Okay.
The sun is green. The sky is blue. I'm like, no, it ain't. It's purple.
Okay.
No, it ain't. And whatever you say, I want to be combative in that way. Doesn't mean we're arguing. It just means that I disagree. I'm trying to be contrary to what you say.
Okay.
Aggressive is when it becomes, an aggressive nature, anger, that kind of thing. And then, the third thing is you have to articulate in the way that the other person understands.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And so, how do you get a person? Because your original question was, how do you get a person to understand when they feel attacked?
Because you and I had an issue last week.
Yes, we did.
I cannot remember what it was about. You remember what it was about?
I remember. Remember when I said, I feel that when I say this about something, this particular issue.
No, I'm talking about something totally different. Remember, I came in and I said, I'm offended now.
Oh, because I said that I feel like, because I said
I remember what it was about then.
What was it about?
It was about selling.
Ticket sales. And then I said, I feel like that you're not into this as you could be. All right. And however, you notice the difference in the way I communicated what I felt. I used I language.
You didn't use I at first because I got mad, remember?
No, you.
And I said, "Hey, I'm
wait a minute,
feeling a little."
Can I finish?
Okay, go ahead.
I did use our language. You got mad. You said, I'm irritated now. But before, you wouldn't say anything. And then when I said, I'm sorry. My point was misconstrued. And I came back and we communicated. And that little spat lasted 4 minutes.
I know where it could have gone out for
4 days.
Yes.
Yes, it did work.
But how do you do that when it generally takes 4 days? how do you share your thoughts and your feelings with somebody without, how you said you have to communicate in a way that they hear? How do you do that?
I'm about to show you. So I did it to you twice. You notice I
don't like when you say that.
Why?
It's like a science
that
project.
means I'm using it in my relationship, the things that I teach.
But don't tell me.
No, I want you to know. I want you to know. Because remember when I said, I feel, it's called I language.
Mm-hmm.
I language. If I were to start it off saying you did, oh, you are instantly.
Now, do you think that's a big issue in communicating?
Absolutely.
When you say, because a person feels attacked when you're doing that, right?
When you say the word you, let me tell you what happens. The word you and the word I, the brain perceives them very differently.
Mm-hmm.
The word you, when I start the sentence with you,
Mm-hmm.
the brain says I'm being attacked, so I must attack back. When I start with the word I, the brain doesn't say I'm being attacked. The brain listens to it because I'm talking about me.
Okay.
So that is why the argument, that is why the discussion, we didn't argue, because we rarely argue. We disagree.
Mm-hmm.
I always say disagreements are inevitable, but arguments are optional. Well, how do you tell a person? You tell them by using what we call I language. Here's how it works. So there's a strategy that I teach my people.
Mm-hmm.
I say, number one, you state the observation. This is the only time you may say, so I noticed that blank, this time you're not selling as much as before. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
That was my first thing. That was, I noticed. State what I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
State the observation. Second thing I said, I feel that maybe you're not into it as the way you as you once were. I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say you ain't doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel. Then I said, I need to feel like we're in this together. Now you're looking at me like, damn, you did do that.
Let me flip this right quick. So sometimes I feel like it's easier for a woman to express herself, to be vulnerable, to speak of her insecurities or her hangups. What can a woman do to create a safe space for a man so that he can express,
Okay.
I'm insecure in this area? Or so what can a woman do to create a safe space for a man?
Do a couple of things. Number one, she tells him in advance, this is what I want to do. Watch me. So she tells him, you know what? We may not be here today, but one day I want to create a safe space where you can tell me anything.
So state your intentions.
So she tells him his intention. Why am I telling him my intention? Because that plants a seed in him that one day that my partner wants to create this, right? Step two, you cannot weaponize anything he ever tells you. Notice what I said. You can't weaponize it. If I tell you this and this, you're going to be like, yeah, just like you did with your last girlfriend. Yeah, you know what? You hit her upside the head.
Right.
Even no matter how shocking it may be, you cannot weaponize it. Because if you weaponize it, he will never tell you anything again. Okay?
Okay.
And then the third thing. The third thing is when he tells you something, okay, what you do is you approach the thing that he told you from a standpoint of curiosity.
Explain that.
So for instance, if I told you that, I robbed a store when I was young. I told you some stuff I did with some credit card stuff.
Right.
I was in the car, getaway car with some people.
Yeah.
Remember that? I told you that.
Right.
And you were like, wow, what were you thinking when you did that?
Okay.
Wow. What did you learn from that? When you approach it from a standpoint of curiosity, the person says you're interested in my world. That's how you create a safe space.
How do you?
Oh, that's good.
That
Ken.
was really, really
all
good. I'm
all
glad.
I can say, damn, Ken, that was good. Hey, my Taylor, clip that together right there. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, Taylor's our producer, y'all. She's sitting over there. Okay.
You made me forget. Let me ask you this right here.
Go ahead, man.
Do you think that low self-esteem plays a part in people not being able to see the wrong in them? Or maybe not the wrong in them. See where they need change.
Yes.
How?
Because low self-esteem perpetuates what I already believe about myself. And so if you tell me something that it's hard for me to take it objectively and try to work on that thing, because what I do is I attach it to the bigger meaning. The bigger meaning is I have low self-esteem. So this is just another contributing factor to my low self-esteem, as opposed to this is one issue that I need to work on and get better at.
Oh gosh, boy, you be turning me on sometimes when you be saying something.
Is it sapiosexual? you get it turned on by the mind.
Is it?
You're so crazy.
I don't want you to be saying that to me tonight and think that's all you need, so I don't want to go too far with that.
Wiggy, you looking good. Wiggy, you got you looking
Don't
like.
Do me. Don't do me.
You looking a little wiggy.
So let me ask you this right here.
Okay.
I love to ask you stuff, especially about men. A lot of women have asked me, what are the things that men want? Okay, so we're talking about looking at ourselves when, but a lot of you being able to see me being able to see the things that I need change in. It's some of it comes from you sharing things with me. So what is the best way for a woman to help build a man with low self-esteem? Like we always say self-esteem is esteem of yourself. You don't need people to help, but I needed you for my self-esteem.
Right. Now, we all need each other. I needed you for mine too. See, the word self-esteem is when one values themselves at a higher level. Okay, when one values themselves. Now, here's the thing. The one thing you got to understand, self-esteem is an internal job. Because I can say all of the wonderful things about you, but if you don't believe them, then the self-esteem is not perpetuated in a positive way. Okay? You may disregard what I'm saying. You may think I'm lying to you, or you may think this just don't apply to me. But either way, what the best thing that a woman can do to help a man with self-esteem is, of course, she can tell him positive things about himself. But here's the thing, though. And some men who aren't ready, just like some women who aren't ready, you can say, you know what? I've noticed, you told me something one day that kind of pissed me the hell off.
Ooh, me?
Yes.
Me?
And now I'm going to tell you what you told me. You're going to remember this. You were like, you were negative. You don't remember that?
Yes.
And I was like, I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a coach. You like, no, you don't hear yourself. You say some of the most negative things. And I got mad. But when I began reflecting on some of the stuff that I said, I was saying negative stuff. I was literally, I had a low vibrational thought process. And it wasn't until you brought it to my attention. Now, I got angry at first. But the difference in some people is I got mad, but then I started reflecting to see, is there merit in what you said? Is there merit in what you said? And I realized there was merit in it.
So you just said something, because that happens to me. Do you, an audience, let me know what you think about this right here. When you go back, and because you do get angry first, a lot of times.
That's okay.
When it's time to reflect.
Okay.
When someone says something to you, you do get a little angry at first, and then you go back and reflect. So what happens when you give you share. Mm-hmm. You give a person time to reflect. Mm-hmm. But there's still no change. They reflected, but they didn't see themselves.
Okay. So now.
So audience, I want to know what you guys think about that too, but go ahead.
No, but you just brought up two things.
Yes.
Remember when you said I was negative? At that time, I was like, I got my initial was a shock to my central nervous system. Mm-hmm. My mind was like, I ain't negative because I didn't see myself that way. But the difference is because I want to be a better version of myself, mm-hmm. I'm always trying to grow. Whereas before I would just disregard it. I say anything somebody says to me now, I may initially the shock of it, I may not like it. But I always go back and say, is there merit in what the person said? Mm-hmm. And I begin looking at myself because I want to be better.
How do you do that? That's so hard. That is so hard. Sometimes when we have our discussions and I walk away a little wounded, most of the times I'm only wounded when there's truth in it. Either when it's you get what I'm saying? And so I walk away a little wounded and when
you walk away wounded?
When I walk away wounded and I go and I reflect and I come back, how does a person
But you have come back
in? Yeah, I know that
recently.
I know that I have. And that is, I remember being in church one Sunday and Chip Rice said, somebody got to be Jesus till everybody can be Jesus. Somebody got to die. And that day you made me mad on the way home from church. I don't remember what it was, but you made me mad. And so I went into my my war room. It's the bathroom. So I went in the bathroom and I was in there praying. And I was, I remembered what Chip had said. And I was like, somebody got to die till everybody can be Jesus. And in my head, I said, kill him, Lord. I did because I thought you were wrong. And that day I came back. And even though I felt like you were wrong, I came back and I apologized to you for whatever that situation
I remember
was.
That.
But how does one, once you walk away angry, you go and reflect and you want to, in SEL, we call it, we want to be brought back into the community. So when you want to be, when you want to reconvene, how does one do that?
I'm going to answer your question by asking a question.
Okay.
Remember the other day when I told you what I was feeling? I used the I methodology. I feel that you weren't selling the tickets. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You remember you?
Yeah, can my people please buy some tickets so I won't have to deal? Yeah, I need y'all. Listen, we're going to put the link in the bio. Please buy a ticket. And in the memo, if it's a memo, put Ned in there. I need y'all to buy some tickets. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And you came back, even though I said it and you didn't like it.
I didn't.
But you came back and you said, you know what? I didn't sell. I haven't sold the tickets because I was busy with Madison. You start saying, you know what? Maybe I haven't sold them. Yeah. And here's why. Mm-hmm. And that's all I wanted was to communicate. I just didn't want to seem like I was crazy in what I was feeling. Mm-hmm. And then you came back.
So are you saying that you just wanted to be validated in that moment?
In that moment, yes.
Okay.
And when you came back and said, maybe I didn't. I'm going to be honest, I have not sold the tickets. And here's why. So the why to me was really of no consequence. Mm-hmm. It was just that you acknowledged. You acknowledged that.
So after, because that's what we did. You shared something. I walked away. I reflected. And I came back and I acknowledged. So you think that's important? That after the reflection, after you look at yourself, you must come back and acknowledge what?
Acknowledge that first, and here's how this works. You tell the person, I reflected on what you said. Now, you didn't have to say it to me because you just started saying, you first took ownership. Mm-hmm. and said, you know what, maybe I didn't. But what I always tell people to ease the conversation, to make the other person put their guard down, started out by saying this. I did some reflecting on what you said. Notice that one statement, I did reflecting on what you said. And what I realized was, you know what? I didn't go with the urgency to sell the tickets as I could have. And here's why though. And then I didn't say another thing about it because you validated what I believed and you took ownership, took responsibility.
So that's important, is to acknowledge, reflect.
Right?
Is that the
reflect,
acknowledge, validate? No,
reflect,
or is that something that just happened?
Reflect, yes, I'm down. Reflect, acknowledge, and then take ownership.
Take ownership.
Take ownership of what you did. Say it.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
But I got a question for you.
Ask me.
Why did you come back? I know you got all the questions. You got your little notebook open. You got all kind of stuff. You know, you're doing what a coach do. I noticed. I noticed.
All of yours is up here. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
One day at a time. One day at a time.
Why did I come back to what?
To after you realized, after what I said, I communicated a message to you. And I never raised my voice. And I communicated it, I thought, in your language. I wasn't loud.
You just answered me.
Oh.
The way that you stated what the problem was or the issue or the way that you stated it, you did not do it aggressive. You didn't do it like, I didn't feel like you were accusing me of anything. I didn't like what you said.
Right.
But I didn't see any malice in it. Like there was no anger. And so because I did not get caught up in your delivery, I could concentrate on the message.
Okay.
And so as I sat there and I was like, oh, he tripping. I've been selling since Girl Scout. You know,
that's your favorite line. That is your favorite line.
And so like, I just, as you say, I reflected. I looked at myself and I said, man, I haven't pulled my weight with this. And I asked myself why. And so I was able to come to you and say, you are right. I have not done this. And this is the reason why. And it wasn't like it was an excuse. It was just the truth. You know, it was the truth. And us being able to talk about that so quickly, like we didn't let it grow anything. You know what I'm saying? I always say, you know, we don't let it grow legs, you know, but it's like we handled that so quickly. That's the area that we've really grown in. And
I agree.
I was really pleased at how we resolved that the other day so quickly too.
And I would say to anybody listening, the truth is that we have to be willing to reflect in all relationships. And I often say that again, disagreements are inevitable. Arguments are optional. But if you don't know how to communicate, and soon, baby, you know I'm about to start this master communication certification.
Yes. I can't wait to be a student.
It's going to be a 12-week. I might even make it 16 weeks.
It's
going to go so. Why?
Let's do 12. My brain won't. No,
But
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to minimize
communicator?
myself.
Don't you want to be a master like that stuff I be using on you?
I do.
Don't you
I'm
wanna
excited to sign up for it.
You going to have to be in class like everybody else?
I know, and I'm excited. I'm going to go in my room while you're in your office, and
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited.
But I think you're ready.
I do too.
I think you're ready.
I do too.
I think you're ready.
I do too.
But no, this is a good topic, baby. I'm glad that we on this podcast, we are doing real stuff. We ain't talking about what happened with Kim Kardashian.
Did something happen with her though? Ain't no, okay.
No, I mean, not.
Listen, y'all. Listen, this wig keep twisting and turning and splitting. I always wonder why when people wear wigs, why they touch them all the time.
Why they touch them?
Cause look at this. You got to touch it to keep it. they always be doing like this.
But if it's real
and
hair,
doing like
is that one a real hair one?
Don't ask the lady her age, her weight, and if her wig is real.
Oh,
You don't ask that. If this is real or synthetic, you don't ask that. It could be a synthetic blend. You don't ask that.
oh, I know it's about to get in your eye.
But listen, listen, honey. That's why they be touching it. That's why they be touching
So
it.
if anybody else want to send, we had that lovely lady sent you a wig.
Yes,
and I think it makes you look
Thank
cute.
You, Cheryl.
If anybody
she sent me
else,
two, so I will wear the other
if
one.
If anybody else got wigs and we can promote your business, because she didn't have a business, she just bought you 2 wigs.
She says customized by Cheryl, so I think she does.
But I asked her, I said, do you have a business? She said, maybe I need to start one.
Maybe she's starting it.
Oh.
So if so, y'all, please check out Cheryl Renee. Thank you so much for this. Listen. Have y'all noticed this right here? Not one hot flash.
Is that because of the wig?
I don't know if the wig cap and the stuff
because you
soaked
normally,
it up.
I saw you on one of the videos Taylor put up. You was in that mother beating up.
I was crying. Let's do the thing here. I was crying.
Oh, but before we go, listen, y'all. Listen. We have just made the PCC better than ever. Oh, you got a hot flash now?
Yeah, go ahead, keep talking.
Hey, Taylor, put the thing on her. Put the camera on her. You spoke too soon. That thing can come out of nowhere, can't it?
Tell them about the PCC so
PCC. We have made the PCC, the pocket communication, better than ever, y'all. It is so amazing that even under the new sections, when you go in there, whether it's dating, relationship, friends and family, or whether it's the workplace, I've created it and put some new tools in there. So under relationship, if you want to know, there are tools and techniques on love languages. There are scripts. There are things, tests that you take, love language. And I also got in there intimacy ideas, PCC. It's a communication tool.
Yeah, intimacy ideas.
Intimacy ideas.
Ooh.
Oh, making it better.
Ooh.
And for those of you who want to figure out how to say something, but you don't know how, that's why we created the Pocket Communication Coach. So this is what I want you to do. Go to pocketcommunicationcoach.com and try it out for 3 days for free. But listen, you know what? We have made it better because we had a glitch too. We had an electronic glitch just like Delta and them had. And it gave us an opportunity to look at stuff, and now we made it better.
And we also want to ask you guys.
That's our sponsor, y'all.
Okay. Make sure if you are in town, what is it, July 27th?
July 27th, in a couple of days.
Please check us out. The information is in the Candid Conversations with the Grand Canions. We will have food. We will have music, live entertainment. Tanya Ross will be in the building on Saturday. Will be back. Will be back?
Will coming back.
Will is coming back. And if you guys were there the first time, you don't want to miss this second one. If you were not there, hey, I guarantee you.
I pity the fool. Oh, that was Mr. T.
Y'all, please.
Did it scare you?
Yes, it did. I didn't know what he was talking about. So let me have one of those. We're going to do one of those real quick. And we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys for joining us on this Thursday evening. Baby.
It ain't Thursday. It's Thursday.
Hey, we have an anniversary coming up soon.
We do. You know what? And with 25 years of marriage, I want to renew our vows.
Wow.
I do. You know why? Where I want to do it at?
Your friends going to ask you if you want to run out this time? I know they was like, yo, I got the car gassed up on the side. Bruh, I'll take you. You think they gonna do that this time?
Probably not.
Don't be looking over at the one who had the keys to the car that was gassed up.
Wow. Big dog. You got the car, you got it gassed up. You still gonna have it gassed up on your boy, ain't you? All right. Ooh. Give it to me. Give me some.
Okay.
Show him the game. Show him my game.
Okay, this is the moment of truth. It is our relationship card game. We have the original, and then we have the sex version.
She's asking, Hey, we got.
I'm asking
She asking for the regular.
No, you said the original.
Original version. Because it's some freaks out there that want you to ask from that. But
yeah.
Okay, what you trying to do?
I'm trying to find one that's good. I think once we use them, we should put them over there so we won't. Okay, you're dating someone who finds out he or she only has. We did that one. Okay. Your partner is very insecure because of a past relationship.
Okay.
You try to make them feel secure by complimenting them, A, constantly.
We talked about this today.
B, give them the password to your phone or social media. C, let them know everywhere you go. D, let them put a locator device on your phone. Complimenting them constantly. Give them the passwords. Let them know everywhere you go. Or let them put a locator device on your phone.
So you saying something I'm willing to do for my partner?
No, your partner is very insecure because of past relationships.
Okay.
You try to make them feel secure about what?
By giving them the password to my social media.
That's how you do it.
What would you do?
What would you do, audience? What would you guys do? A, let's see, your partner is very insecure because of past relationships. You try to make them feel insecure by A, complimenting them constantly.
Feel secure. You said insecure.
Oh, feel secure, my bad. By complimenting them constantly. B, give them the password to your phone and social media. C, let them know everywhere you go. And D, let them put a locator device on your phone.
I would say probably complimenting, but I said put it for social media, but I would probably give them my social media. Probably would. What would you do? Yo, you know what? That wig, like, you know, when you move your hair normally, that mug will go with it. That wig, you hit it, that mug just, that mug say, ain't going no damn well. Ain't going no damn well. That mug said, What, man? What would you do?
I think I would compliment them. Baby, you so fine. You so handsome. I love that shirt you have on. Oh, you look good with this. You got some big feet too. Is that a compliment?
Depending on what you're trying to say underneath it. All right.
What your big feet say?
Let's go there.
If I say you
Let me
got
see
some
if I
big
can
feet,
walk
it's
these
only
feet
one
down.
thing.
Yeah,
I'm only talking about that. And I tell them on the feet, and a day, and it better be do the ta. Every woman know what I just said. Y'all put it in the thing. Y'all know what I just said. And that in them feet. And that. Yes. Thank you guys for joining us on this Thursday evening. Let me know what I just said about those feet, ladies. All right. You guys have a wonderful, super fantastic, super duper fantastic Thursday evening. You don't say that.
I'm not gonna say it.
Don't you say it.
Don't
you say it. You don't want no that in your inbox. Well, you let me say that.
Bye, y'all.
Until next time. That. I'm not. You jealous?